tragic news out of Lowndes County. A 2-year-old was allegedly being left unattended by a babysitter and then getting mauled by dogs. On Saturday, October 4th, Valdosta Police Department officers, Valdosta firefighters, and South Georgia Medical Services went to a house in the 3800th block of Pecan Drive for a dog attack. VPD says that when first responders arrived, the child was already dead. Now, a GoFundMe set up by the child's mother identified him as Kamir Jones. Investigators believe 48-year-old Stacy Wheeler Cobb was running an unlicensed daycare at her home. VPD says that Jones's mother had taken him to Cobb's home for her to watch him. Police believe he was left unattended for more than 2 hours. Cobb told authorities that she was taking a nap and thought Jones was well. VPD says that Jones was able to get out into the backyard, and once outside, he opened a kennel containing 2 large Rottweiler dogs. Police say the dogs then mauled. Now, Cobb was arrested and is currently facing 2 felony charges in second-degree murder and second-degree cruelty. VPD says that Jones was the only child at Cobb's house when the incident happened. However, on most days, she reportedly has around 10 children at her home. Now, Valdosta Police Chief Leslie Manahan released a statement that says, quote, "This is a horrible and tragic event that should have never occurred, but because of negligence on this offender's behalf, a mother has tragically lost a child. I want to express our deepest condolences and sympathy to the family. No words will ever ease their pain, but our hearts go out to them during this unimaginable, difficult time. I also keep our first responders in my prayers as they continue processing their response to this tragic scene." Now, as of this afternoon, a GoFundMe raised almost $9,000 of their $14,000 goal. If you would like to donate to this GoFundMe, you can visit our website, WALB.com, for a direct link, or you can search Kamir Jones on GoFundMe. Now, WALB has been in contact with the family, and we will have an update for you later this week.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High. And I will show you that update where the mother gives further details about what happened to her son. And you can see the pain and the hurt and the grief that is in her heart as she tells the story of 2-year-old Kamir Jones that was allowed to be mauled until he's no longer here by some Rottweilers in the custody of this lady right here. 48-year-old Stacy Wheeler Cobb, who you heard was running an unlicensed agency, child care agency, out of her home. And according to her story, she was napping and she thought a 2-year-old was well. That doesn't even sound right. But Miss Jones is going to share some more information on her GoFundMe and on that video, which kind of contradicts her. And if you look at her in her eyes, she definitely looked like there may be some substance abuse, drug usage in her life. But nevertheless, she was arrested after the boy was found. The mother's going to tell you that, she was texting her throughout the day and then she didn't answer. And evidently, according to camera footage, the little boy was allowed to roam. I don't know how he was strong enough to open the door and get out in the backyard where a locked kennel was and open the door. So, she said it's all on camera, but it's still hard for me to believe that child was able to do so. But just listen to her tell the story, and I'll be back with a little more commentary. And this video is fair use for literary and commentary purposes only. Just watch.
He kept me going. That was the reason I got up. That's what I did it for. I got up every single day for him.
Behind me is the home where law enforcement arrived to find 2-year-old Kamir Jones deceased. He was under the supervision of 48-year-old Stacy Wheeler Cobb, an unlicensed home daycare owner. She admitted to law enforcement that she had been napping and hadn't checked on the child for over 2 hours. Kamir's mother, Adriana Jones, says she was just trying to provide a better life for her son when she dropped him off with Cobb Saturday.
I texted on my 15-minute break. I said, "Hey, how is he? How did he do? I'll be off at 7. She didn't respond. I text on the way at 7:06. It didn't go through. I was like, 5 minutes down the road. I'm like, what she got going on. Like, why she didn't respond to my text? She usually respond. Like, I didn't know she usually respond. I said, that's weird. That's very weird.
Adriana told me the in-home daycare came highly recommended and that Cobb had even advertised her services in local Facebook groups. One post reading, "I have a small home daycare and I have a new opening. I have numerous excellent references that I can provide immediately upon request." Adriana says it was those references that prompted her to reach out to Cobb.
That was not the same lady I met the first day. That last day, the devil had her. That was not the same lady.
Saturday, Adriana says she hadn't heard from the sitter for several hours after dropping Chimere off, and trusting her instincts, she left work early, only to find a devastating scene crowded with law enforcement.
He told me my baby was gone and he got him. I'm thinking they took him to the hospital. I said, is he all right? Is he all right? He shook his head. He shook his head and looked me in my eyes. He said, sorry, Adriana. He's not all right. I cried so hard. I cried so hard. I cried so hard.
Now that Chimere is gone, the family says they hope justice will be served because this could have been avoided.
I don't want her to sleep. I want this to eat her up. I want blue hearts all around the world. I want Chimere Jones' name everywhere. I want them to donate to my child. Send flowers. I'll make a P.O. box. You send whatever. I just need the support.
Cobb remains in police custody, but also police tell me that additional charges are expected as the investigation continues.
All right, so there you see the mother's heartfelt cries. You know, anytime a person is leaning like that, you can tell that they're in definitely grief. So my heart goes out to her and her family and the loved ones because this lady, once again, was greedy. She evidently didn't have the proper facilities or even the proper morality, the proper humanity to care for this young child and other children as she's supposed to do. Now, she is once again locked up on second-degree murder. I don't know how, that's, the charge. So, it may, in the beginning, I'm thinking it had to be something deliberate because there's no way, in my opinion, that a 2-year-old child can get out of the house and open up a kennel on his own. So, but the news, and she is saying that she is napping, but the mother says something different on her GoFundMe page. As you heard her say there, the devil had her, and many equate substance abuse with demonic possession. But this is what she's saying on a GoFundMe, and you guys, I'll put that link in the description if you want to donate. You see right now, they've raised $35,000 or $40,000. She says, my name is Adriana Jones. I'm a single mom of one child, my heart, my 2-year-old Chimere Jones. I am also a hardworking, loving mom trying to make a life for me and my son. I was at work and my son was murdered at a home daycare that was highly recommended. The babysitter was found unconscious on the floor due to substance abuse. Further info to come. My son was not being watched by the babysitter, and per camera footage, he was alone for a while before eventually unlocking the door and going outside. Wow. Per camera footage, he went outside and there were 2 pit bulls, the owner's pit bulls that we had no idea about, and they mauled my baby. While thus the police did not notify me per camera footage, this situation took place hours before I even knew about it. The only reason I knew something happened is because the owner usually communicates throughout the day, and she had not responded in about 3 hours. My intuition as a mother said, get off work early and see what's going on. I got off early and pulled up to 8 police at the home's daycare location. They were already inside taking pictures and so forth. There was heartbreaking, devastating, and traumatizing scene that I would not wish on anyone. I found my baby like this. Investigation is still in the way. Unfortunately, I did not have life insurance. So I'm asking the community for help with raising funds for his memorial funeral. Anything will help and is greatly appreciated. And, once again, shout out to the young mother. As she said, more information is to come about that substance abuse. She had to find out on her own volition, not by police calling her. And as she stated, it took hours. It happened hours before she was even notified. And so this is something that is very horrific. It just shows the inhumanity of people who, are not as humane as others. Just let me put it that way. But, once again, rest in peace to little Kamir Jones. And, if you guys want to donate, I'm going to put that GoFundMe in the chat. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. And if you do like this content, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But I do thank you for liking, watching, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And as always, I pray peace and blessings. And as the scripture says, all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.